Alright, what's up YouTube? It is 7:30 in the AM on a Sunday, and I am about to go hit up a cruise. The homie Mean Fox about to hit me up with a little something, so I'm about to see what's up. And go to a cruise from Los Feliz to San Pedro, which is about, I don't know, like 15 miles, I think. Anyway, let's get to it. Alright, so it looks like we're about to roll up on the spot where everybody's meeting at. I've never been up here before, it's kind of tight.
Decent,
yeah, because people tired of being in the fucking house, man.
People are like, yo, where, who's going? Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. As soon as they said a meetup, I was like, oh, yep. See, this dude, he lived down the block from me.
Oh, right here?
This purple boy, yeah. I see him all the time, but I was like, I ain't about to just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, man.
That's dope, bro.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, okay, they got a little turn out. Okay, cool. Yeah. See, now everybody, I don't feel so bad because my wish kind of beat too.
Bro, Clemente, he just
got the halos.
First time it comes out today.
It looked like 86. Look at these seats.
Yeah, I just picked them up, bro. Like mean, clean sell.
Yeah.
Sick price too, the whole thing.
What's the halos? Got halos in there, man. That's tight.
I dig them.
I like it. Yeah, I like the look.
Even the whip.
So we rolling out now. You're gonna see all the Mustang dudes getting it in. Sir. Yeah, man. This is cool, man. Look at that. Look at that down there. See this fool's going to the freeway. That's tight. Oh, this is tight. Got the yellow Envos SVT. Make sure we cruise together. Let me have it. Yes, sir. Let's go! legs a little bit. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yeah, that's Kenny. And why was I thinking to do the inside of my car the same crinkle black? Like, cause my other car, my race car, I do the whole inside like that. But fuck, man, this shit's clean though, bro. You did that. Shit hard as fuck.
It took a while.
You know, it took a while, but you're driving it now though, right? So it can't be that bad.
Like I said, I haven't drove it in a while.
There you go. Shit. Sound like he got something going on in there. And there go that yeah, look at that intercooler down there. You got something.
Damn.
Right? Yeah, damn, right.
That motherfucker's loud.
Loud, yeah, dude.
It's obnoxious, dude. I was
That shit's fucking loud.
I was always on high gear because I can't take that shit.
What's your gear ratio?
It's I think it's 373s stock.
And obviously a power adder.
Yeah.
Right.
4-lap tax, long tubes.
Oh, you got the attacks. Yeah, that.
Blue Ocean.
It's been real hard getting things done, but it's for a good reason. I've been real busy with the website. Thank you once again for everybody who's been visiting junkyarddoggin.com. I really appreciate it, man. It's really dope how much people are giving my site a chance. I really appreciate that. So today I'm going to do some stuff before doing the wiring. Now, I have most of the wiring here to get it knocked out. I did test fit the battery box and get all that in there, but I kind of wanted to paint the interior before I put all that wiring in there. You understand what I'm saying? So I went ahead and welded up all the holes, that all the tears in the sheet metal and all that, and I went ahead and mounted the water meth tank brackets and welded them in, and I think that's about it, man. I went ahead and just prepped the inside. So right now I'm gonna wipe it down, and I'm gonna use some primer, prime the inside, and then I'm gonna use some KBS Rust Seal Black to paint the inside. Now, I'm not using the Rust Seal properly. Rust Seal is meant for rusty surfaces, bare metal rusty surfaces, but it leaves such a nice finish, man. So I'm gonna use it, and then on top of it, I'm gonna use what they call the black top, which is a UV resistant seal that goes on top of the Rust Seal. Reason why I like Rust Seal so much from KBS is because it just dries so hard, and I mean, you can hit it with a hammer, you can scrape it, it just won't come off. I tried to use some cheaper paint on something else and it was a disaster, so I'm not gonna do that or make that mistake again. So yeah, let's get to it. Junkyard Doggin. So boom, this is the interior. Well, you can still see it while we still got some light. Little gray, got up all that sound deadening that was on there. So those are the brackets for the water meth tank. Battery goes in the back. So we're just gonna get ready. I'm just gonna wipe it down and go ahead and load up this spray. I'm gonna go ahead and tape off the glass there and tape off the windshield and then get to spraying. I did the interior and just kind of
wanted to paint it black. I'm actually going to go over it with some, see, I didn't paint that door yet. I'm going to go over it with some Raptor liner and just Raptor line the whole inside before I put the battery box back there again and run the power up to the front. And so I'm doing the engine bay wiring first. After I finish engine bay wiring, then I'm going to do the fuse panel wiring, get all that kind of hooked in, and then run it to the battery in the back. And then after that, get the Raptor liner in there, and then we'll do the flock the dash over here. So we'll flock this dash, which I put, you know, remove the vents and put these holes here instead. And so basically it goes ignition on, start, you know, start button. Got switches for various things I want to control. And this is the hole for the USB port. So the USB will be there so you can hook up my computer. I'm painting the glove box even though I really don't need a glove box. I'm still painting it anyway. After this is flocked and it's ready to go in, then I'm gonna do the wiring behind here. You know, get that done so that I could actually see the dash in the car, which is like what I've been wanting to see for a while. And then the last thing is this roll cage here. I'm gonna go ahead and paint that in the burnt copper to match the wheels. All right, so at this stage, you'll see me kind of getting into the sensors here. So I have the coolant temperature sensor, ACT, got the map here, kind of all together with the sensor. There's a sensor coil, and then there's another sensor on the top that I can't wire until later that goes over here. This is the TPS, and then this is idle air that goes in there too. They call it IAC stepper something. And then the cam sensor goes right here. So yeah, so this bird's nest here has got to get organized, and then I got to actually cut them, which would be interesting. So yeah, I got a lot of excess wire here, so I'm going to have to make a right over here where the wires come out. I'm gonna have to start cutting. I'm gonna count the wires and then see how much they are, see which Deutsch connector I'm gonna use for that connection. Maybe an 8-pin, maybe the 12-pin, I don't know. Then after that, these yellow wires here are for the coils, for the logic signal to the coils. So I just wanted to get all the stuff underneath the intake kind of situated, then put the lower supercharger intake, you know, the dog house as I call it, get it on there, get the coils on there, and then start kind of running those. And that would pretty much be it for the engine bay for the most part. Other than I gotta wire this, gotta run this cable back to the battery. I'm not too sure about how to hook up these, because usually when you do a 3G, there's a white wire that goes back in, one that goes to key on, and then one goes back to that. But I'm not sure how I'm supposed to hook that up. So if anybody has any knowledge on I guess this is a 3-wire or 2-wire, I don't know, 3-wire alternator. If anybody has any knowledge on how to hook that up, let me know. So this time I'm using a harness tape. I was advised very wisely in the comment section about not using electrical tape. It doesn't have the same characteristics that harness tape does. So I got some harness tape. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Try to wrap up as much of this as possible. But I do still need to solder in this sensor return. And I gotta wire in this 12-volt switched power to the cam sensor. So we are at a stage now that I got kind of worked out. So this is the cam sensor right here with the loom just kind of not zip tied, but twisty tied. I think these are better than zip ties. Zip ties, you got to cut them off, and then you risk the chance of cutting the wires while you're cutting the zip tie off. So I stopped using them and I use this instead. So boom, it goes to the map sensor, which is underneath the intake, and then the vacuum line for the map sensor is going to come from underneath, go up the back to the supercharger. But yeah, there it is. And I made the mistake of cutting the crank sensor. I should not have done that, so I got to solder that back together. But yeah, so what I'm going to do now is use harness tape, bring this all together, harness tape, and kind of solidify it. That's why I unwrapped the injector harness and decided to kind of put it all together. Every time I think I'm making some progress, it's something else that comes up. So I got the loom on there, got the sensors for the map sensor, the coolant temperature sensor, intake temperature sensor, and the cam sensor wired in. But after I went ahead and wrapped it all up, I realized that I needed some wires for the throttle position sensor, and I need to wire in the sensor return, which I did with the yellow wire here on the map. So yeah, in my mind, I'm thinking that I was gonna get to the coils today, but this took way longer than I thought it would. And then I'm missing the TPS, throttle position sensor. I didn't even think about it. It just didn't cross my mind until I finished taping it all up. So it's all good. I'm just gonna strip the tape from that little area, tap in a TPS line, and then run it up to the sensor. Idle air control also needs a sensor as well, and a 12-volt source, which is the blue wire that's over there in the corner. So I will be doing that. So yeah, other than that, I'm gonna drop another video this Wednesday because I'm not gonna wait so long to drop a video. I've been trying to get stuff done. All right, so that about does it for this episode, man. I'll be honest with y'all, it's been very, very difficult to get anything done for the last like month and a half on this car, just because of Amazon taking forever to ship stuff, money just kind of being here and there, you know, with this whole COVID thing or whatever. So it's been kind of weird, but yeah, I mean, the wiring is cool and everything, but it's kind of boring. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really want to have y'all sit through that, but I have been struggling with it. I've been having help. Shout out to Steve. Thank you so much for all your help. For everybody who's been giving me a hand, I really appreciate it. So yeah, y'all, thank you for watching. I really appreciate you guys. I'm tired. It's like 2 in the morning right now. Yeah, until next time, y'all. Junkyard Doggin. Woo!